Apparently, free speech ain't free. Kanye West done shook up a whole bunch of shit with his shenanigans. I'm derailed. This is Rails Rants Reloaded. We're going to get into Kanye West, these platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, these podcasts, and the hypocrisy on what can be said, what can't be said, who gets a pass and who doesn't. But before we get into it, if you can, like, subscribe, share, follow, hit the bell notification, help the channel out. We're trying to grow, we're trying to build. Now, let's get into it. It seemed like Kanye West just snowballed into one of the biggest pieces of shit that could run downhill in the history of promotion, in the history of shit. He had his fashion show. We had a video about that. Him and Candace Owens got White Lives Matter shirts on. That's what sparked all of the controversy. Then he went on Drink Champs, Noriega's podcast, webinar, web video platform, and he went off. He pretty much was letting the cat out the bag, if you didn't know, talking about people in the entertainment industry, a certain demographic of people in the entertainment industry that run certain sectors when it comes to banking, business, just music, and a whole bunch of shit in general. And a lot of people are resonating with his message. And I feel like what his message is saying is very truthful, but at the same time, where it came from, where it started from, kind of cancels out the message. But with that being said, he done poked the bear, because after that interview on Drink Champs, they pretty much pulled the daggone episode off of YouTube. They pulled it off of Revolt. You can catch little pieces here and there on the internet, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, but it was a 3-hour long interview, and Kanye was going in, and what he was saying was kind of right, talking about, it's kind of real hypocritical on if he says something about a certain demographic of people, he gets deplatformed, he gets taken down. But if the powers that be have artists and people that make content talking about themselves in a degrading way, calling our sisters bitches, calling our brothers niggas, killing this, that, and the third, it's all good and it's profitable. To be honest with you right now, the rap game is dead. And Nas said it years ago. Hip-hop is dead. And a lot of these mainstream artists that were once very popular have pivoted to the podcasting realm. And it's a lot of money in podcasting, and it's only going to get bigger. So you have these hip-hop podcasts, Rails Rants and Reloaded included, not on that level, not yet. But you have a whole lot of these podcasts with these rappers, battle rappers, ex-rappers that have a lot of influence on the culture, are pretty much gatekeepers. You have your Drink Champs. You have your Joe Budden's podcast. You have your $1 million worth of game. The battle rapper, the guy that is always in the barbershop. I forgot his name. These are becoming the gatekeepers of the hip-hop culture when it comes to talking about hip-hop culture. But at the end of the day, the ones that are on the biggest platform or on a platform and they get the most views and most likes and talked about interviews is Vlad TV and No Jumper. Then you got the little troll DJ Academics, the little Ninja Turtle. He just running around mad, but he's also an influencer in that culture also. He's like I would say he's like the Stephen A. Smith of the bunch, if you want to, make that type of correlation. But it's so much money. Vlad TV, I don't like Vlad. I think he's a culture vulture. I'm not a fan of No Jumper. I think he's a culture vulture also. But Vlad said something, and he was interviewing Country Wayne, and he was like, he puts up a whole bunch of content every day, and he gets out there. And that's why his platform is so big. And people want to go on his platform, whether they're trying to build their entertainment brand, get recurrent, get 15 minutes more of fame. It's real hypocritical. Vlad TV went on his own platform. He was interviewing somebody and called the Minister Louis Farrakhan an anti-Semite. He got under attack for that. But did he get deplatformed off of YouTube? Not at all. Joe Rogan, they got tapes of him calling somebody a nigga or saying the word nigga very loosely. Did he get deplatformed? Not at all. You got dudes like Charleston White that's talking about he should kill niggas and niggas should get killed and this nigga this and this nigga that and these young niggas need to go to jail. Do they deplatform him? No. But as soon as Kanye West makes a statement about the Jewish bourgeoisie or the Jewish gatekeepers, not all Jews, the Jews that are running the music industry, running the film industry, running the fashion industry, that he's a part of, and he bumped shoulders with, all of a sudden phone calls are being made and he's losing brand deals. He's getting deplatformed, and that's the newest thing that they're doing, deplatforming people, taking people off of platforms, because at the end of the day, I made a video about this. It's called the Platform Wars. You got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got TikTok, you got YouTube, you got Twitter. These are where all the content creators live, because we don't have the structure, or we don't have the infrastructure to make our own platforms and put up videos like we can on a YouTube, like we can on a Twitter or a TikTok. Because if you go get you a Wix website or something like that, it will crash. You can't hold that capacity of videos on one platform. So we're forced to use the TikToks, the YouTubes, the Instagrams. And if you look at Instagram lately, Instagram is not a photo sharing app anymore. Instagram is pretty much a whole bunch of reels and videos, because everybody's trying to compete with TikTok. But with that being said, Nori had to apologize. Why is Nori apologizing? Why is he getting punished for bringing somebody on his platform? You know why? Because it's not his platform. Revolt funds Nori and Drink Champs, or they're like partners or whatever. See, this is what Dame Dash was fighting for when he was on The Breakfast Club and telling Charlemagne and Envy and them, y'all don't own this. You can't give this to your kids. People are telling you what to do, what to say, and what you can't say. There's so much black talent out here that are on a scale that if they put their dollars together, they can make their own network. Just think about this. And $1 million worth of game, apparently they just got a big bag from what is it called? The Barstool Sports, maybe 100 million. Nobody's clear on it, but they was on their social media crying and signing contracts. Good job to them. They put in the work. But at the same time, what do these contracts come with? These brand deals come with. Now you're in somebody else is in your pocket, and now you got to walk on eggshells. You're not able to say what you want on a certain topic if it offends a certain demographic that you are now affiliated or associated with. And that's the bullshit. Freedom of speech is not fucking free, and people going to have to start understanding that. And we do it to ourselves. I say the only person that I could see that is kind of really independent and sees the game for what it is was Joe Buttons. And a bag was offered to him, but he's like, nah, I own my own shit. Now you got all of these content creators. You got Joe Budden's podcast. You got Drink Champs. You got $1 million worth of game. You got Earn Your Leisure. Earn Your Leisure is a very dope podcast. You got Mark Monroe with the Come Up Cousins. Imagine all of those dudes came together, sat down in a room, and figured out how to corner the market and control it themselves. The dudes that's in the barbershop, I keep forgetting the guy's name that's in the barbershop, the battle rapper, who's he had just interviewed Tony Yayo. Imagine all of these dudes got together and say, you know what? We're going to pile our money up together and we're going to make our own platform. Owned by us, created by us, and distributed to the people. We don't need our YouTubes. We don't need our Instagrams. We don't need the Twitter, because apparently Kanye is becoming the sacrificial lamb. He's becoming Jesus. He's the one being sacrificed on the damn cross. And you're seeing that Twitter took him off, Instagram took him off, YouTube took, all these platforms took him off. It's funny that Apple Music, Spotify, and Amazon hasn't taken his music off, but they're not going to do that because he doesn't own 100% of his music. See, now if Kanye owned 100% of his music catalog, they would probably shut that shit down also. It's sad out here. Ownership. It's like Dr. Claude Anderson said, it's a damn shame you have to go to somebody else's job and ask for somebody outside of your culture and ask for work, ask for a job. We got to start doing it ourselves. Yes, these dudes are getting these big brand deals. Some of them are just interviewing dudes and giving good content. Some of them are giving education. All of that is all well, but everybody's doing it themselves. You got to click over here. You got to click over there. You got to click over there. Nobody's clicking up. But you'll see Vlad TV go on No Jumper. And then you'll see DJ Academics go on Vlad TV because they're like the top 3. Because they push a certain narrative with these new trash ass rappers that be trending that are more into gang culture and tough guy shit than music. Nori brings people on, they talk about music, old school, new school, people that are relevant, people that was back in the days, people that got new projects. Joe Budden's kind of similar, but everybody's by themselves. Everybody's by themselves. There's no unity. And then when one person gets put on blast, like Nori, they putting Nori through the ringer. Why is Nori on the internet apologizing for interviewing somebody on his platform? But when they see shit like that going down, all these other podcasters, they look the other way because they don't want it to be them. They don't want to be deplatformed. The music game done dried up. Joe Buttons ain't gonna rap no more. Nori ain't gonna rap no more. They know it's a bag on this internet. I seen a dude on here say, the internet's fake, social media is fake, but the money's real. And now you got Nori on there apologizing because he's getting a huge bag. And it's real interesting how he was getting a huge bag. I think they just won an award. Congratulations to them. They on their way up. They've been doing their thing. Now with this Kanye interview, now they got to take a step back. Now they get a smack on the hand, and all of a sudden these $1 million worth of game dudes get $100 million contract. So when they talk about the Illuminati and the powers that be and the gatekeepers, these people that are not from the culture are shifting pieces and saying, you know what, it's going to be your turn to be relevant. We're going to boost you because these people done went against the grain and tried to expose us. And we're going to show them who's in charge. Shit wild out here. Kanye done started some shit. But he's still a coon because he's running around with Candace Owens wearing White Lives Matter t-shirts. We're not going to forget about that. And he's trying to either buy or invest in Candace Coon Train Owens' husband's social media platform so he can have his own platform. But that's not going to be for us. That's going to be for him so he could talk his shit. But that's another subject. But at the end of the day, I'm not a fan of this new Kanye. I think he has mental issues, but there's a lot of truth into what he said. And I think his truth is being overshadowed by controversy and taken down by powers that are bigger than him. I think he'll be all right. But imagine somebody that wasn't Kanye, didn't have money like Kanye. Like Nori. We don't know if they're going to shut Nori down. Nori might be on punishment for a couple of weeks. You don't know what's going on. He hasn't had an episode since, I don't think. He had tweeted out to Umar Johnson and somebody else to come on. Damage control. We gonna see how this shit plays out. Rels Rants Reloaded. I'll holla at y'all later. If you can, again, like, subscribe, share. Donations are more than welcome. Comments are more than welcome. I appreciate y'all. Peace.